Generations are often marked by significant cultural events, and there is no greater timestamp to your childhood to when you were a kid as the movies you grew up watching. Movies, whether you realize it or not, have a major effect on culture and on you specifically as a kid growing up, sitting in front of a TV, crushing a flick. So today we are talking about childhood movies that have shaped us, movies that maybe altered how we thought about our little lives as children. We're gonna get nostalgic. We're throwing it back. We're a couple of 90's kids, 4 90's kids here, maybe an 89, maybe an 89. Is there an 89 here?
No.
All 90's kids, let's go. But before we get started, we are going to give you basically all of our top 4 films and dive in. If you have a childhood movie that shaped you or just a movie that you were generally obsessed with, then drop that in the comments below. We are legit curious because we have some movies that we feel pretty strongly about and we love reading y'all's comments. Okay, let's dive in. What's the Mount Rushmore of films here for y'all?
This was so hard.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
I just want to say hey.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks for being here.
This is very, very difficult, y'all.
Okay.
Honestly, the most difficult homework assignment of my life.
I can go because I have some weird ones that I think are going to trip
Hit
you
it
guys
now.
out. Okay, the first one is Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Really?
Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
okay.
I did
Yes.
not like Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Beetlejuice was my favorite movie as a kid, and I watched it every single day. And I think it's partially because my parents are kind of weird. They're both artists. They're both like strange people. And I think I watched it with my mom, I guess, because don't ask me
day?
how the frick. Oh, I would watch that every afternoon.
Wow.
Like, yes.
That's a creepy movie, dude.
It's a very creepy movie. And what's funny
That's
is I don't like
hilarious.
scary movies. I don't like scary movies at all. Like scary movies freak me out. But here I am loving Beetlejuice as a child. My next one is Mighty Ducks. That's a good coming of age.
Gordon
sports-
Bombay,
Gordon
baby.
Bombay. I actually
course.
recently watched Mighty Ducks, and Gordon Bombay is low key a total dick. But when I was a kid, I didn't realize that. Yeah,
That sucks.
Sandlot,
Sandlot,
another sports
oh,
coming of
man.
age movie. Like
Man.
I feel like that was like the American childhood, you know?
Yeah.
And then
that's how my childhood was, basically.
yeah, and then Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh,
Ferris Bueller's Day Off literally changed my life. When I saw him skip school and then like go sing in like the middle of the street, you know,
that's when
and,
you
like,
became a bad kid.
Did you do that?
I loved it. And then Sloan, I was so in love with Sloan. I was like, dude, he's got this like super hot girlfriend. He's skipping school. Like he's riding around a car. He's like singing in the street and everyone's dancing with him. I was like, that's the coolest person ever.
That's
Amazing.
wild.
So those are my 4.
Nice.
Nice.
What was it? Beetlejuice, Mighty Ducks, Sandlot, and Ferris Bueller's?
Yes.
Okay, I could see that. I could see
Man.
that shaping your. I could see that being a Niles childhood,
My childhood.
a Nileshood,
A Nileshood?
as we like to call it. Can we do a quick break to say what's in your cup though before
Yeah.
the next contestant?
Duh.
I got a tangerine juice.
Yum.
It's
it
actually
super
very good.
sour?
Trader Joe's.
And tart?
No, it's a little more tarty, but it's quite pleasant. So I've been
Love that.
downing this.
Tangerine. Huh.
I've got
I
a
have. Oh, hit it, Taylor.
homemade oat milk latte with a dash of maple syrup.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
I put honey, but I've never put maple syrup. Is that?
It's
pretty
really
I
good.
bet.
I have coffee, but what I wanted to show off is where we get our coffee.
TJ,
And this is
baby.
So this little
can't
this
taste
little
good.
bro, this is $8.99, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great. This is a hack for everyone who isn't into like super bougie
There's
coffee.
just no way that's good. It's just like this. It's like if I know one
Now
thing
it's
that's
like,
true
no way.
today,
Bro, a medium breakfast one.
like March 29th, the day of our Lord 2022, is that coffee does not taste good.
Also, where did you just go? Did you just go to the bathroom?
Dude, no, dude, my light's been changing. Clouds are coming in and out. Dude, I'm struggling. My
Wow.
exposure changed a bunch. So,
All right. Next up, who do we got? Taylor.
I can go. Matilda blew my mind.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
such a good
Matilda.
one. I
a great film.
love
Great
Matilda.
It's a great
I
film.
I love
Oh,
Matilda.
man.
I could see you digging that too.
Oh, that was one that I had on repeat.
I watch
Repeat.
Matilda
Yeah.
a lot. That might be like
So
5
good.
or 6 for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Brink.
Yeah.
I actually never
Oh.
seen Brink.
Oh, Joshua, you
Never
have
seen Brink.
homework,
Never
my
seen Brink.
friend.
Taylor,
Bring a
that's
soda.
on my list too.
Good.
Yeah,
That's on my list, too.
That has to be on Caleb's
Yeah,
list.
for sure.
But because
Caleb
it's on
is
my
Brink.
list and you said it, I have some backups. I'll
Okay,
swap.
great.
Yeah,
Swap.
out.
Space Jam,
Oh
absolutely.
yes,
Yeah.
that's on my
Yep.
list. That's on
Yep.
my
Hell
list.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And then
swap it.
Game
the
changer.
last one is I went out on a limb here because I at first didn't consider it because I was like, that is not necessarily like a childhood movie, but I watched it in my childhood a lot.
That's what matters.
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
that's what
Yeah,
Can
matters.
I guess?
What is it?
Can I
Yeah.
guess? Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, that is definitely a childhood movie.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
It's a horrible guess.
Oh really? I thought that was your taste.
I thought it was a great guess.
I thought it was a good guess.
Oh, man.
No,
I
because
feel
it's
so
like it's not
vulnerable
like
right now.
it's not a kids movie. I said it wasn't a kids movie. That's a kids
Okay, I'll
movie.
guess, I'll
Is
guess.
Nightmare Before Christmas a
Okay,
kids
go,
movie?
Caleb.
It's a Tim.
Yeah.
It's Tim Burton.
No, it's not a kid's.
Con Air.
Wait.
No,
Airbud.
Air.
Airbud.
dude.
Airbud's a
Dumb
kids
and
movie.
Dumber.
Airbud's a kids movie.
Oh my gosh, that was on my. No, Taylor, that's totally on my list too. That like shaped my comedy perspective.
100%.
Remember when we talked
That's
in the car
funny.
on the way to
Oh,
Palm Springs?
yes,
oh
I
yeah,
do.
that's true. You guys were quoting everything.
Oh yeah, and Joshua's
I-
in the back like,
I'm like, okay.
He's like,
What are
I've
you
never
guys
seen it, nor do I
talking
want to.
about?
I need to rewatch
So
this film.
I
I've
went
seen
to
it a
the
couple times.
theater.
Hold on,
I
Niles,
went to the theater.
don't move on.
Sorry.
Don't move on. You've never seen Dumb and Dumber?
No. I've seen all of the Dumb
I've
and
seen,
Dumbers.
no. I'm
Oh.
saying I saw Dumb and Dumber in the theater with my dad as a kid.
Oh.
Like I went. My dad
Okay.
paid for a
Okay.
ticket for me to
Good,
see
good,
that movie.
good.
We go see it, and apparently, I think it's very funny now. But as a kid, apparently we left early because I didn't think it was funny. So the story goes that my dad reached over and he was like, my dad's laughing and he looks at me and I'm not laughing and
You're
then
not having
he's-
fun.
and I'm not having fun. So then we left.
I mean, that's a good dad. That's a good
Hilarious.
dad
You
move.
have
no
That's a good
sense
of
dad
humor.
move.
Right. As a kid, I was like, I want Beetlejuice. It needs to be
want
like dark
Beetlejuice.
and brooding.
And
So
broody.
weird. So weird. But now I love Dumb and Dumber. It's a very funny movie.
So good.
I've gotten
So-
less mature.
Why you going
So-
to the airport?
Flying somewhere.
How'd you guess? Well, first
I want to go someplace where we know somebody who can plug us into
into the social pipeline.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
These two,
I'm
we
gonna
started-
hang
we
up. I'm
started-
gonna hang
we
up. I'm gonna
started.
hang up. Okay.
Wait,
so-
I thought you liked it now. Wait, I thought you
So-
liked it now.
Not
Niles,
you guys
okay.
quoting it. Okay, can we talk about quoting movies? Like people who overquote movies
Yes.
to me, I'm not a fan.
Like in real life?
In real
Like
life?
yeah, it's like they quote a couple movies and they ask you to guess what movie they're quoting.
No, dude,
Oh,
the
yeah.
right
I'm
person,
terrible
the
like
right
that.
person
I'm
can do
terrible
it.
like
The right person, like the funny person in your friend group, can definitely do the quoting.
But that's like the unicorn friend. That's like the friend that
Yeah.
doesn't really exist. There's like one in a million who can
Right.
who can do that, and it's fun.
I get annoyed.
Okay,
when they.
here's
Oh, I was gonna say I get annoyed when people quote movies and they be like, "Oh, am I too old for that? Is that over your head?" I'm like, chill, okay, just chill.
yeah. The shade.
Chill,
The
bro. I was
shade.
born in '90.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm one of those people where, as Dumb and Dumber played as a kid, I would literally be able to sing every song, say every word right along with them, like fully 100% memorized.
Wow.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
into it too.
It got deep.
I think it might have been the first PG-13 movie I watched too. That was a big deal. Was that a big deal for you guys? Probably not Niles.
That was not a big deal for me. I saw I saw rated R out of the womb, dude. My parents were so rogue. Like I remember watching some crazy shit as a kid.
Rated R out of
I mean, watching Beetlejuice as a 4-year-old is
That's
honestly
so crazy.
is so rogue. That's so
It's
rogue.
crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, yeah.
Can I go
Right.
next?
I
I'll go
mean,
next.
there has to be some therapy. Like in 10 years, I'll be like, my mom made me watch Beetlejuice. You know, like breaking down to a psychologist for $800 an hour.
Hey, before
yeah.
Joshua goes, let's
Yeah.
do the giveaway for this week, just so that we get the watch time.
Right.
So go ahead and comment below, like Niall said at the beginning of the episode. Comment your 4 top childhood movies, and we're gonna give away. Niles, do you want to say what we're giving away?
We're gonna give away my filmmaking course. So we just dropped a 3-hour course, basically the essentials of filmmaking. And what it is it's a beginner intermediate class. It goes into some basics about just like exposure triangle and shot type and when to use handheld versus gimbal versus tripod, all that stuff. But it also gets into some more intermediate tactics. I don't know if that's the right word, filmmaking tactics. But yeah, I also film 2 scenes. Mike Dewey is my talent, which is really funny. And right now, the light is changing. So filmmaking tip right now is don't use window light when you have clouds going in and out. But here we are.
And it's about a $5,000 value, I think, right now. So easy. We're going to give away 3 of those. So 3 of you are going to win on next week's episode. So good luck. And I'm honestly excited to see what your guys' movies are.
I know, that's going to be fun to read.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait. Okay.
All right, Joshua, hit it.
Well, Taylor already said Space Jam. That was on my list. But I do have a wild card. So,
Okay.
Hook.
Yes. That was
Hook
around.
is
Dude, Rufio. I mean, was there anyone cooler than Rufio?
Actually, yeah, that's annoying that people comment on movies like that. I just annoyed myself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing it. I'm fist pumping on the camera. I think I hate
Man, I still watch that film. I still have the same feeling as a kid watching that film.
Dude, when Rufio dies,
oh,
the best.
Man.
I remember being a kid and being
spoilers.
like,
if you haven't
Dude,
seen
spoilers.
if you haven't
well,
seen
Hook's like 1,000 years old. So
but
if you haven't
if
seen
you
it
haven't
now,
seen it, you need to go back.
if you
need to go
just
back.
found out the ending of
drama.
Hook and that Rufio dies, like it's impressive.
So I was big into well, I'll get to that. So Lion King's definitely just at the
Yep.
top. Like,
Yep.
no, I almost know the whole movie by heart. My sister and I, whole movie by heart. The first Lion King, not the
Hakuna
spin-offs,
Matata,
not the
dude.
second ones. No.
Yeah.
So I'm huge into sci-fi as a kid. I was massively into sci-fi. So Alien, that was actually my first rated R film. I watched it like 10 years old.
Alien. Wow.
Never-
that movie
never seen it,
scared
actually.
the pants
Dang.
off of me.
Man, and I'm still
Dang.
into Alien right now. And then Space Troopers. I don't know if you guys seen.
Oh
Space
my
Troopers.
gosh, with the right. Wow, those movies
Wow.
really scared me, which is so weird. Again, that I
I'm so
like
into
Beetlejuice.
alien stuff. I'm just like,
Right.
yes.
Alien
yes.
stuff was a big no-go for me.
And yet you watch Beetlejuice.
Right, and I watched Beetlejuice. Okay, that reminds me, my grandma, my abuela, who immigrated from South America and didn't speak a lot of English when I was growing up, took me to see Jurassic Park when I was like 5 years old, and I have a memory of her running out of the theater with me screaming bloody murder as the T-Rex ate the guy out of the porta potty.
How old were you? How old were you?
I was
Oh
like
my
5,
God.
dude.
Oh
It's like,
my God.
This is really good.
We
We're
need to figure out- we
unpacking
need to
this.
unlayer some things for you, Niles.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
This is just the start of all the unpacking that
right.
needs to
I
be
was an
done,
only
Niles.
child, so you know. All right, Caleb, what's up?
Yeah, so I
bring it
actually,
home.
I at first picked mine in order from fourth to first, but then everyone was like, "Oh, we'll just say them,
You can't
no
put
order."
it in order.
Okay, so this is
Yeah,
not in order because
yeah.
Brink was legitimately my number one. We recorded
So
that. Did you
I'm about
guys
to
ever
look this
record a movie from TV where you like could record on VHS like over another tape?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
me and my dad
yes.
had like a setup of like, so we had Brink on like a bootleg copy, I guess. But yeah, Disney Channel definitely shaped a lot of my childhood. But so number 4, Rookie of the Year, not Disney.
Oh, Rookie of the Year.
I forgot
That's
about
a
Okay,
that.
Where
this is the
he-
first movie that I'm like, bro, I don't know if I've seen that.
Man, none of my list will sync with Niles. So Rookie of the Year, he
Oh,
breaks his
that one is
arm and then
good.
like plays.
Yes.
There's so many good lines. You kind of got like a superpower, but it was still a coming of age film of like
Right.
friends hanging out. They were building a boat, hanging with some girls, but he like got a superpower because he could play in the big
Some
leagues.
girls.
Hanging with some girls.
Yeah,
Same.
it was so sick.
I can't. Caleb's saying
Hanging with some girls.
Hanging with some girls. I
Dude.
don't know why. Dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover
That was
from
the life. That was the life.
Okay, Niles doesn't think I've ever. Oh, that's true. I've never hung out with girls. Next up is a Goofy movie.
Yes.
Iconic.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, the perfect
The
cast.
music, man. The music is
The perfect
bomb.
music.
Yes.
Perfect music.
I'll try to say this pretty
Oh.
quick, but I have a pretty good story about
Okay, let's
Goofy
hear it.
movie.
Let's hear it. I'm in.
In
I'm
high
locked
school, our high school had this thing called Mr. SHS. So it was like a talent show for the
Oh,
guys.
boy.
So it was like a jock. I wasn't a jock, but it was like a talent show. And for the talent section, I did
Cross country
the
runners
Goofy-
can't be jocks. That's like in the high school lore.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
story's over.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, this is payback.
Go. Yeah, exactly. This is
This is
payback for you guys being wrecking Joshua. Okay, go.
Wait, what do we do?
Remember, I was trying to talk and you guys kept interrupting you and Taylor.
I'm still laughing about that. A Goofy movie. Basically, I did the Max's dance that he does in his like school talent
Yeah.
show when he gets Roxanne's attention.
You didn't.
Yo, Roxanne
I did
was
the
hot.
dance. I didn't fly on a wire,
Roxanne
obviously.
was hot.
Roxanne was hot.
Caleb, do you still remember the dance?
Can you do it right
I
now?
kind of just made it up, and then when he went on like the flew over the wire, but I like had an outfit and everything. I projected that scene onto the screen in the auditorium with the music blasting. So I was like,
Bro.
he was in the background, and then when he went on the wire,
Wow, he was your backup dancer.
I freaking busted out a yo-yo and started doing like yo-yo tricks.
Okay, one. Do you have
No, it was
My
pure,
photos of
God.
this?
pure cheese.
Do you have photos of this?
Oh my God.
I think somewhere on like MySpace or Photo Bucket
Dang,
there was like
man.
a photo of it.
Photo bucket.
Photo
But I wore like
bucket.
tights and
bucket.
yeah.
Is
shout out.
Photo Bucket the next topic for the show?
Maybe Flickr,
Photo Bucket
Photo
and
Bucket,
Flickr and Tumblr.
Tumblr. Ooh, I love Tumblr.
Dude, just
So good. Are you
MySpace
kidding me?
HTML.
MySpace high five.
Niles is really just going to the bathroom a lot on this
He's
episode.
No,
he's
dude,
really
my light
struggling.
it's like this light is either blasting in here. I should have just dropped the curtains.
Next movie for me is Heavyweights, which is actually a Disney movie.
Yes.
What was it?
Heavyweights.
Ben
It's
Stiller.
about
So good.
kids going to fat camp, and it's amazing movie. It's a
Yes.
good
So
storyline. It's actually a good like message to it, and one of the most like iconic movies of my childhood.
Was that on
Quoted-
Disney?
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay,
It
I
came
think
out
I've
on
seen
Disney.
it. I think
It
I've
is
seen it.
crazy that all these movies, I'm like, Matilda, yes. Like
That's-
Heavyweights,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course. Like, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
So and then number
They all
one.
bring us back.
they
Number
do.
one, I did have Brink, which like again I rollerbladed then skated. It was like my whole. That was
Caleb
like my
is
thing.
Brink.
But let me
Pretty
pick my
much.
last one then. I gotta give a shout out. We've said Johnny Tsunami before, so I'll skip
Right.
that. My childhood, honestly, like. Taylor said Dumb and Dumber. It's got to either be Angels in the Outfield or Honey, I Shrunk the
Oh.
Kids.
Ooh, Honey, I Shrunk the
Drunk,
Kids.
so
Yeah.
good.
Did you guys ever
I
go
can't
to
pick.
the because back in late 90s they had the Honey I Shrunk the Kids theme park at Disney. And
Oh, yeah.
man,
No,
I
I didn't.
flipped out because I was like, "There's a giant ant, there's a giant cookie." Like,
Yep.
I was in heaven.
Do you remember when you could feel the cockroaches in the seat?
Yes. Oh
Wait,
my-
it's wait.
wanna go back. I
Yeah,
wanna go
that's
back.
gross. That's disgusting.
but it was so
It was-
fun.
Is this Florida
Oh.
or California? Disney World or Disneyland?
Which one's in?
Disneyland.
What's in? Yeah, Disneyland is in. Sorry, Disney World
California.
is in
Orlando.
Florida. The one I
Florida.
went in Florida. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
why?
Those are
okay,
really good
what,
movies.
What of those do you think like affected who you are the most, or not affected, but like changed who you are the most? Like had the most emphasis on like who you were as a kid? Because like whether you realize it or not, like you're absorbing that stuff, like the behavior
Right.
Totally.
and what they're doing, what they're wearing, how they're talking. Like for me, a lot of them are sports coming of age movies because I was really into sports,
Right.
and it's like kids are getting cut from teams, and like the
I mean,
coach
for
is
me,
mean,
it
and
was
like it's just
Space Jam
this whole
'cause,
thing.
like every kid in the neighborhood, we're basketball fiends, right? So like
Right.
we wanted to be like Mike, we wanted to be like Kobe, like we would just reenact
Yeah.
certain games that we've seen
Yeah.
on TV and do it in the courts, do it in the playground.
Right.
So like that kind of ran through
The original
our-
Space Jam is
is
hot.
the original.
And
It's
who's the girl bunny?
phenomenal.
Who's the
Lola.
Lola? Yeah.
She was a babe. How do
Yeah.
they make cartoons babes? Like
Yeah.
you know, it's just like it's so weird. Like
yeah, that's kind of
It is
sick
kinda
at the same
weird.
time, but
like because you
Yeah.
have Simba and then you have Naya, and Naya is a hot lion.
I thought it was Nyla.
Naya, no, it's
Nylon?
what is it? It's not Naya. What
It's
is it?
Nyla. It's Nyla.
Nala.
No,
Oh wow, we all saying it wrong. Nala.
Nala.
It was Nala. Yeah.
It's
Nala.
Nala.
Nala is a. and
She's
okay,
a look,
so-
apparently.
So
Okay.
Niles has a thing with cartoon.
No.
chicks.
That's where this is going. So we got to pivot. But I will say, I have watched The Lion King with my daughter a lot, and we always fast forward when
Can you
Mufasa
feel-
dies because
Oh, no.
I remember weeping during that when Mufasa dies. But there is a scene where it is like when Nala and Simba like rekindle, and she gives him the steamiest look, and I remember looking at my wife being like, Nala, like how dare
Naughty
you?
Nala.
Yeah, why is naughty
Naughty
Nala
Nala.
showing up? We got a 2-year-old watching this movie. Relax.
Right.
This
Yeah.
might kill the
Right.
vibe, but the moment I realized like Simba and Nala are brother and sister, because this ruined it for me.
They're not brother and sister.
They're of the
What?
same pride.
Look at that. Wait.
What?
No.
They are of the same pride.
That's not how lion mating works, though, I think, right?
Bro, they're of the same pride. It's the same dad.
Oh, right, because there is
It's the same dad.
Next.
I love how
Yeah.
Joshua prefaced it with like, "This might kill the vibe."
Hey, be prepared. Be prepared for your vibe to be killed.
Yeah.
I think the movie that probably affected me the most was Sandlot, because I was such a rogue little kid, you know. Like didn't have a lot of rules. I was an only child. Parents were both artists. Like I remember going to art shows as a kid and just running around downtown Kansas City doing whatever I wanted. I'd be 12 blocks away from the art show. Parents would have no idea. So I feel like Sandlot to me was just like a bunch of boys figuring out what it was like to live life, liking girls for the first time, like Sandy Peppercorn or whatever at the pool.
Yeah.
It's like those scenes are just so iconic. And then how you build up these things in your neighborhood. Like everyone thinks there's a haunted house in their
haunted
neighborhood,
house,
right?
yes,
it's
that's
like,
so
it's a
true.
haunted house. So same
Or
thing with the
neighbor's
dog.
dog, yeah.
The neighbor's dog, yeah. Like, and I had a massive German Shepherd that lived next to me, and in my mind, like that dog was 400 pounds. Of course, it's probably just a normal sized German Shepherd, but as a kid, you just blow those things out of proportion.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think Sandlot for me was probably the one that affected me the most, or at least like kind of shaped that running around childhood, American childhood type of vibe in suburbia. I don't know.
All the films I've watched, they just really help kind of enlarge my imagination, because like I spent
Right.
I didn't live in the city, so it was like just a bunch of my close friends and my sister and I, but we just lived in the woods and we had just ran for our imagination, whatever we did, whatever we wanted to create.
Right.
So like watching the films, we would try to reenact it in real life. So
So
and
good.
it got me to love filmmaking too.
I feel like out of my list, I think they all, of course, affected me, and especially in different ways. Like Dumb and Dumber showed me like a certain sense of humor and
Right.
like all of that. But I feel like the one that I'd have to coin is probably Matilda.
Right.
She was everything to me.
Yeah.
Like,
And she's sick, and her
she's the best.
who's the teacher that takes care of her? What's her name? I forgot her name. It's like the main.
Yeah,
It's like the nice
me
teacher.
too.
But
Yeah.
and she had superpowers. It's
Yeah.
like
Right.
it's like a normal story, but she like has superpowers. When that kid eats the cake,
Do you remember
I'll
the
never forget
scene?
that scene.
Oh, no, never. Do you remember the scene where she's like at home alone, and it's when she starts to realize that she like has these powers?
Yes.
I don't know. I remember that being like, it's probably because I was never home alone, but I was like, oh, I like can't wait until I can be home alone and like do all that
have
kind
powers.
of stuff. Like, totally.
That's so good.
Yeah.
For me, it was for sure Brink.
Yeah.
Specifically, one
Yeah, I can
scene
see
where
I feel like
Brink,
I have Caleb.
Shocker.
I'm like reading Caleb's
Shocker.
mail right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brink has one well, first, he's like super frothed out at the beginning. He's like, "What's up, Dad? How's the back doing?" And like all these like funny lines. And so he's like
asking
the
your
original
dad about his bad back, but like in the most frothed out way. It's
yeah,
so funny.
and he's just like all about good times. Like they miss the bus because Brink's like late for getting up, and like he's like, "Dude, we'll skate to the pit," and like that was so epic. But then he has this one
I had
conversation.
the biggest crush on Brink.
Oh, dude, Aaron Von
Oh
Detten
my God.
or Eric Von Detten.
I think
not
he
Aaron.
was my first crush.
Yo, he still that hairstyle is like full on back, like little middle part,
Killer.
vibed out,
Absolutely killer.
But the conversation he had with his dad in the garage. So Brink goes on this like he finds who he is. He like sells out to the Team X Blades, but then he has his like core friends. But then he has this conversation with his dad when he's really struggling, and his dad has
This
this line
commentary.
that I'm like, yo, Disney like helped definitely change in a good way my perspective. His dad goes, skating is what you do, it's not who you are, because his whole identity was wrapped up in like
Oh my
figuring out
God.
skating. And he's like, he's like, you're my son, Brink, and that's who you are. And I was just like,
wow.
Tears.
oh my
That.
god,
Am I
Tears.
gonna
no,
start
and he's like,
crying?
Yikes.
and yeah, Niles, totally. But anyway, so yeah, Brink is like,
Whoa,
I wish
dude.
it was
I got some
skateboarding. Don't get me
respect
wrong.
for Brink now, like more. That's a
Yeah.
good.
I told you didn't realize that.
No, it's
So good.
yeah, but I wish it was skateboarding, but at the time I didn't care because I rollerbladed pretty hardcore as well, so it's all good.
Dude, blading is so underrated.
Oh, Tyler
kinda
loves
is.
to blade, doesn't he?
Tyler blades. I didn't even know that. And then one day he's like, let me just like throw my skates on. Started jumping over stuff. I was like, hold on. I didn't realize like people, here's the thing. When I saw Brink, that was the only place I ever saw like cool blading, like aggressive inline skating.
Right. I remember I spent hours trying to learn a 180 off of my 3-stair with my blades as a kid.
Oh, nice, dude.
But they always
Love
hurt my
it.
feet so bad that I would only skate for like 15 minutes and then my feet would be numb because they didn't fit my feet right.
Dang, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would like keep your skates super loose because it was like sick, you know, like you like
This
wouldn't,
is
you wouldn't,
cool.
you like
Yeah.
wouldn't buckle them. Yeah.
You guys want to do last week's giveaway?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this was on the having kids and being creators, and I realized we were saying, look at my light changing now. We were saying Lens Rental. It's Lens Rentals. So thank you, Lens Rentals, for sponsoring last week's giveaway.
Thank you.
It was for $250. We're gonna pick that winner now.
I was so sad I
And-
wasn't a part of that one, but
I know,
honestly, it's
man.
probably good because
Oh, I need to screen record.
Dad got wrecked by 2 kids, and it would probably just turn into me being like, okay, let me just lay it out for everyone here. So
We missed you, Niles.
So-
I honestly wanted to hear all the stories.
oh
that-
yeah, we did just get over a bunch of throw-up-y sickness, so that was obviously hectic. We
think you passed
we
it
don't need
to
to get
us.
into that. We don't need.
All right. Comments are loading.
Through the
We have
mic.
we have 137 comments
Nice. Wow.
here. Pick a winner. We asked the people what was their first camera. Who bought them their first camera?
I believe so. Yeah.
Pick a winner. Here we go. All right. Richard Lamb. First camera I ever had was a factory refurbished D5100 from eBay. It was all I could afford at the time.
Dang.
All right.
Respect.
Well, Richard,
Love
maybe
it.
you can rent that
Congrats.
D5100
Richie
again from
Lamb
Lens
is a
Rentals.
really strong name.
I know.
Like,
Right?
does
Get
he
it.
go by
Richie
Richie
Lamb.
Lamb? Like, yeah. Comment
Oh,
below.
Richard.
man.
That is pretty strong.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Richie Lamb's a famous person.
I need a sound
Yeah,
effect
for
that
sure.
goes off when we pick our winners.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, make sure to comment on this video for next week's giveaway, which is Niles' course. Niles.
Yes.
Well, let's do a little update. What's everyone, Taylor's back in LA.
Working on.
Joshua's.
Right.
Yeah.
I would actually love to hear how the channels are going. What's going on with y'all?
I'm ramping up to get some new videos out. The big project's done with, so we're going to just move on, get some things
The
out.
Batman,
The
dude.
Batman. Thank you again
So
for all the
good.
support and all that. So
So
just make
good.
some new fun videos, talk about some gear, talking about some lighting techniques, editing, all that jazz.
Right.
So, yeah.
If you have any
Fun.
questions on gear, I don't know if I want to. Joshua might kick me after this episode, but Joshua knows the answer. It's like if I ever
Probably I do.
if I ever have any
Not gonna
questions,
lie.
I'm like,
Typically,
hey,
yeah.
yo, dude. So this cable with this cage with this camera, and all he sends me are links of what I need to purchase. So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of
What's
value.
the best
in Cine
right
Dailies
angle HDMI cable?
I don't know the brand, but I could sure send you one.
How do I build the most compact rig known to man?
Oh, Joshua, when I sent him a photo of my rig, he says, yeah,
Oh
we
my
can make it
gosh.
better. He was like, it's horrible. And
He's like,
I
"You
did
need some
feel
work."
it, and I was like, yeah, I don't, this
You didn't
monitor
like it.
arm
Something's
isn't
off.
working. Yeah,
Yeah.
something's off.
Yeah.
Something's
I
off.
got y'all.
What's up with you, Taylor? Graincheck's
Obviously
popping.
here in LA,
It's popping. It's
Graincheck's
fire right
popping.
now.
Everyone's loving that 800T in the middle of the day.
So
That's
different.
definitely doing it for the Chan.
Nice.
Yeah, loving Cine still. Huge week for film this past week.
Right.
Kodak Gold on 120, Cine still
Massive.
400D, Japan
Next
Camera
week,
Hunter.
we're cooking up next week's episode.
There's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
So riding that high and hanging out with some film peeps here in LA and shooting some videos. Actually shooting a video with Linus today, and we're shooting Kodak Gold on 120.
Linus and his camera, or is he not?
His camera will be there. Yeah. Yeah.
Smooth.
It will be there as well.
Oh, Liney, love him.
I just want to give a special shout out to all this show, Sunny 16 show. The channel hit 10,000 subs yesterday.
Thank
We're
you
recording this.
so
Thank you guys
much,
so much.
everyone. We are.
So-
the fact that this channel's
So
growing,
cool.
like this is at least I'll speak for myself. This is my favorite thing that we make every week. It's like I have so
Yeah.
much
So
fun. So the
fun.
fact that
Yeah.
this channel's growing, thank you so
Yeah.
much, and thank you for
Yeah.
all the support because
And liking
is
the
fun.
video helps. I mean, if you're watching this far, you're already a core fan. So thank you
For
so much
real.
for like
Yeah.
30 minutes in. We have merch we're working on, which is going to be awesome. We have some new merch already, but we have Sunny branded merch we're also working on and some other fun stuff.
our first branded Sunny tees. Okay, to wrap it up, I want to
Yeah.
talk to you about. So there's a childhood movie that people remember, but that doesn't exist. Have you guys heard about this?
What?
What?
Have you guys
Try
heard
it.
of
Say it.
Shazam, the movie Shazam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you
Oh,
mean it
yeah.
doesn't exist?
That movie is not real.
What?
Shazam the movie, and I know you're remembering Shaq because that's what I remember too.
Yes.
Is not a real movie. It is a phenomenon of our generation where
that's called the Mandela effect.
It's called the Mandela effect, and we all think.
So why do I have images in my head of Shaq
Exactly,
rapping
dude.
as a genie?
Yes, he's a genie. So if you look it up, I dropped a link in the Notion board.
The Mandela effect is like this whole like conspiracy that there's like 2 timelines in the universe, and there at some point they jumped, and so at some point in our age there was Shazam.
Look at Taylor's face. But Shazam is a movie that almost everyone from the 90s, like our generation, if you're in and around your 30s, you remember a movie called Shazam.
Yes.
I thought it was with Shaq, but I think it was with Sinbad.
No, it was with Shaq.
And it's not real, dude. It's not a real movie. Look it up, dude. You can't find anything about it. Like, there's nothing to watch it. It doesn't exist.
Oh, Kazam.
So Kazam was real, but everyone remembers a Shazam as well.
Oh, man.
So there's 2.
Okay. Kazam is the one with Shaq.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Shazam's the one with
Kazam.
Sinbad. But dude, I have a
Sinbad.
memory. Dude, I have a memory of him in like yellowish genie outfit. And,
Yeah.
And it's just did somehow some aliens from Joshua's favorite movie came down and imprinted this in all of our minds in the 90s.
I'm not doing well over here.
Yeah, she's not. I'm looking at Taylor's face right now. She's like,
Taylor's nauseous.
what is happening? I am sick to my stomach. I have a fever.
My stomach hurts, and I have the chills on my arms.
From what?
I'm not doing
The
well.
fact is this.
The fact of Shazam?
Bomb. Yeah.
Or just all of it?
Yes, because I'm looking at the
And you
genie.
remember it, right?
Yeah, I check on me later.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Maybe we should do
This
a
is rough
follow
for
up
me.
about Shazam because now
This is really hard for me right now.
maybe we do like an episode like the movie that never existed or something. That's a kind of
I'm
nice topic.
That's a full movie.
tripping.
That's
Well, I feel like at the end of every episode, we were always like, all right, there's going to be a part 2 of this episode.
And then we don't
Yeah.
do it.
But there is going to be a part 2 of the film.
Yes. Check
We
back
have
next
to.
week. We have young Lord Wilhelm Verbeek.
Willem.
And we're talking about why the fork everyone shoots Portra Forking 400. And we're going to settle it once and for all. So if you're interested, that's next week.
Boom.
And yeah, sweet, y'all.
Boom clap.
Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being here. Thanks for 10K. And yeah, appreciate y'all.
See you on the sunny side.
Signing off.
See you on the sunny side.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side.